Any
The
other
average
questions?
charge cost for a car, does anyone know? Electric car,
I don't know.
if you plug in for an hour and a half?
Oh,
is
it's about 2 to 4 hours depending on the car for a full charge. So it's
So is that, what is that, a $10 fee, what?
That's a good
does anyone
question.
know?
I'm not sure what they typically charge. Yeah, do you happen to know?
It's,
Well, I think the program we have, Tara, is a special program, a promotional one, and
Yeah.
I don't know the details about the charges.
Okay.
I think it's
Okay.
really to get people used to finding
Okay.
them, as you
Okay.
mentioned, locating them, and then practice using them, come to town, do something for a few hours and come back and take
Yeah.
your vehicle.
So the town, they don't require that with this, you know, you could make money off of it, and I don't think they're gonna be upset by it, you know, you wouldn't want to, you know, unless you wanted to put it out there as a way for people to be excited about this,
we're
so.
not able
Can
to,
more than one car use
Individuals.
so they have to do
EVs?
that.
Yes.
So
Um,
why are we
There
instructing
has to
them
be
not do
2 installed, basically, yeah.
I mean, that's-
There's usually 2 pumps, but there actually has to be 2 separate chargers installed to reach this, or 1 DC fast charger. But DC fast chargers, from what I've been pricing, are anywhere from the $20,000 to $30,000 range. They're pretty expensive, but they're quicker. They charge quicker, but we don't see a lot of towns going with that because it's an investment. So yeah, 2 EV fast charger, or 2 of the lower end ones are acceptable.
Okay, so for tonight, if we
Mhm.
want to qualify for the $2,500, this is all we need to concentrate on?
Yep, that's it. And
Okay.
then passing this resolution
Right.
right here. Yep.
Okay, so we might as well get to this.
And what ties us into, like, what obligations and what extra expectations is expected out of us, out of that 2,500?
It is unrestricted, basically. So the 2,500 itself, they don't care what you use it for. You could use
Well,
it
I
to,
think it better be used for something
Yes.
efficient.
yes, and that's, that's up to the town to decide, do you want to put it back into this clean energy community project?
Just throw it
Or,
in the general fund, I think, is a crock and the wrong way to handle
Right.
it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Right,
no,
right.
no, you're right. That's
But
what
my
it's
question
intended
is,
for.
by us signing on for this
Mm-hmm.
supposed gift of 2,500, what is our obligation back to you guys for that 2,500?
well, nothing to me at all. I'm with Extension, so
Well,
I'm just
right.
an educator, basically.
Or
And there-
whatever, for the community.
Yeah, and there's nothing with this one. I mean, the other grant, I would say, you have to complete the grant in order to keep the funding. So that one's a pretty intensive process of
So if
making
we-
sure you're tracking your
if
So
we
funds.
if we
pass this
sign
res-
on for this and we
Mhm.
pass this resolution, there's no strings or conditions tied to this.
That's
topic.
all
To
we
the
have to do is
2,500.
Right.
adopt the resolution.
Except for adopting this permit application. So going forward, anything under 25 kilowatts
Right.
in this town that's a solar installation, they have to use this application
That's what-
to apply for
What
it.
it's supposed, what I've read, it's supposed to be a simplified application.
Mhm.
Right, to
Yep.
make life easy.
And it's standardized, that's the other thing.
Standardized across the state.
Standardize is the way to word it, because
Okay,
they're not expecting every town to come up with their own unified or solar permitting application. It's a
so when you
complex
do apply
process.
for a permit for solar, it's,
This is
you know,
what they're
Franklin
gonna
has the
get.
same one as Trout Creek or Tompkins and
Mm-hmm.
Meredith and, you know, and then the code enforcement officers too. Their job should be simpler because they can talk to the area code enforcement officers to, how do we handle this? How do we, you know, our education factor should be better.
And I mean,
And, you know, and to look forward on these other things, not just to get the $2,500 and run, you know, see what these benchmarks and the lighting and stuff, you know, get it applied for and see how far we can get. And if we can, we can. If we can't, we can't. But nothing says it has to be done, that we have to reach the end.
You just don't apply for you can't apply for the grant if you don't make it.
Right, if you don't get the benchmarks or the 4
Right.
things, you can't apply. And if you get the 4 things, then you're one step forward.
and that's
Yes.
what I said to Hampton a few
Mhm.
weeks ago. I was at their town meeting and they asked a very similar question. What are we gonna lose if we don't do this? The answer is nothing. You just achieve some things. The only one that I would say maybe you're investing some money into, or 2, maybe if you do the LED lights and you don't get approved, you might, you have to think of it still as an investment into your energy solution, or maybe the EV charging station. Those are 2 that you're actually putting cash money into as an upgrade,
Right.
but
But
rest
the
of it's
lighting would be, it will be a payback
yes,
over
it's
time.
an
It just
investment.
won't
so.
be, you know, initial. If you gotta pay $150 a light, you know, it may take you the 10 years to save it back.
Mm-hmm.
Or 8 years, or 6 years, or, but it is,
I'm
the
sorry,
right way to go with it.
are we talking the street lights or are we talking building lights? I'm not
Well,
sure.
at that, it's streetlights, the building lights and stuff would be
All right,
for
the
the,
streetlights are on the
grant.
table, kind of, really.
right. The streetlights we're gonna, it's still on the table, but that's something that, even if you don't qualify for the grant, it might be the right thing to do, because could you save over 5, 6 years, would it pay for itself? And you're also saving, saving power, saving energy, saving, the gases and stuff too, it's, is there, it'd be nice to get that figure, how much could you save over a, if you cut your electric bill $100 a month,
This is,
it wouldn't take long to pay for 10 lights to be changed at $150 each.
this is simplified, it's a 5-page application.
That's simplified.
It was
It's
10,
really only 2 pages.
but that's, the lighting
The
is
person
really
has to
a,
fill out,
Yeah,
it's
it's
the
a
code
no-brainer if you
enforcement
can
needs
see
to
what an electric
know.
bill is.
That's all
See what you could
regulations.
say.
And the next
Then
page
it's
too,
just- yeah.
yes. Yes.
So if we adopt this resolution,
Fill this out.
do the New York State Unified Solar Permit, we get $2,500, no strings attached.
No strings attached, yeah.
Right.
We're not liable to do anything.
Nope,
Right.
there's nothing except for use that application for anybody that wants to apply
Right,
for
use
solar.
that'll be the
The 2,500 can go to
Like lights in the shop?
lights in the
the
shop,
door,
possibly one of
Yeah.
the charging
Yeah.
stations or something,
Yeah.
have it to,
or whatever the board.
right.
Decide.
And I heard the museum would like one, they put half the bill, so it could go further.
Worth asking.
Yeah,
I think we
so,
better check with the museum, make sure they
Yeah.
understand the bookkeeping and
Well, I
the
don't know if
extra
it's-
work that.
If they're getting paid back,
Well, there's, the charging stations, there would be no extra bookkeeping.
I wouldn't think
Yeah,
so.
you would, you'd have to,
You have to worry
it
about
goes
Correct.
through
Electric
your, it
billing
come on
bills.
your light bill, you'd have to make sure that you're getting
You're
billed,
getting
right, you're
reimbursed.
getting reimbursed,
As long
it'd
as
be
the credit
extra
card
work
is paying back.
for the accountant, at no benefit to them. They're not getting paid to provide that service, they're
Right, if they're,
doing work for free, which I would wanna make sure they were
Okay.
okay with it before I
yeah, I'm not,
oh,
or
absolutely, yeah.
volunteered them for
You
it.
have to
Yeah.
definitely bring them into the
that was a
conversation.
flagpole, what more do you want? Okay,
So
so,
basically, the town needs to come up with a permitting fee,
right,
is,
and what we should
main-
do
is really,
is probably, since Hamden is working with this, with our code enforcement
Mhm.
officer, we should coincide with their
Yep,
rates and stuff, just so simplicity.
yeah, so they've decided to charge 105 for the permitting application. I've seen anywhere from 50 to 150.
So this has gotta be filled
basically.
out before,
we can,
this has gotta be done by
We
the
have to get-
27th.
Yeah, this has to
Before
be
we
done by
can
the
pass.
the 28th, I'm
this
sorry.
has to be
Oh,
done
this
before.
gotta be
Yeah.
done before.
Pass.
Well, yeah, I mean, basically those things need to be filled out. We can
Right.
fill in some of them afterwards as far as like who they contact, which is basically the code enforcement officer's
Right.
information.
But the permitting
The
fee
fee is
has
the
to
one-
be the one
yeah.
that is,
Yeah,
Yeah.
that typically I can't do
And I
after
would
the
think
fact.
that seems like a high permit
Yep.
cost, but.
And that's up to you, if you feel,
No,
I just, like,
that's fine, I think we're doing pretty cheap in this town.
right, I just had someone do 50, so I've had somebody do 150, so
Right.
it really ranges depending on what your typical
Well, if
permitting
Hamden,
fees
since we're
are.
using the same code enforcement officer, I would think it'd be sensible to tag along with, if they're 105, it'd only be simple for them and, to have it that way.
And they've charged, I think they require 2 inspections, a rough inspection and the final
Mhm.
inspection, and then the permit review, so that's how they consider.
Right.
You have to base it on size.
Now, that inspection
Well,
would be
it's
the
under
electrical hookups,
25.
that would be done by an electrical inspector,
Yes,
right?
it would, yeah, third-party
That's
electrical
all it is.
inspector, so.
I mean,
But the fee, you do a building permit on square footage, you would have to
sometimes,
do solar. To be fair, you'd have to do it the same way,
well, building is not
size,
by
capacity.
square footage, that's one of the problems with the building permit.
Any building permit
Anything
I ever
over
got. it was-
1,500 feet,
yeah.
1,500 feet
Flat
down
rate.
is one rate, and everything over 1,500 feet is another rate. And it should be tied to square footage, I don't disagree with that, but I think we're not tied to that at this time. It's anything below 1,500 square feet and anything above 1,500 square feet.
Yeah, that's above, you pay so much per foot.
Yeah, you do.
That might be.
Yes.
Okay. But if we're going with, 25 KW system as a max, which I don't know how much roof space you gotta have. That's a lot of roof.
Residential, you rarely see one above 8,000.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, even
I mean,
if you
I
have
don't
a
know
large
what,
family.
I don't know what Brian's is down here, but how many KW that is. That isn't big enough for him sometimes. I guess he
You
balances
can only
out,
10% over the state of New York allows,
right, over what he's.
over what you use for a
Yeah.
year.
Yep, so,
That's the
I think-
limitation.
we should just, my opinion is, get it filled out, because you can always change it.
I haven't
Go with
seen,
a universal,
yeah,
permit cost. And then, if we go down the road, we can change rates.
Now,
Be careful on
105,
that
the
chair.
homeowner,
Yes.
the homeowner is responsible for the rough and final cost for the inspector, correct? That's the way it is on any other electrical deal.
Um,
if that's how you do it.
That's
as
how
a
we
town.
have,
So that was
Yeah.
we have it clear that way with us. Doesn't matter what she
Okay.
says.
Right,
Right, because I know on house inspections, there's no,
You have to do a rough and you have to do a final, it has to be done by an electrical inspector, and that's
right,
at
the
your
electrical
cost.
inspector is your cost,
That's
yes.
at your cost, 'cause this
Yes,
has to be the same way.
Individual's cost.
yeah,
Cause that's an
Because
electrical
that's the
inspector.
electrical
that's gonna
inspection,
do it.
right.
and that's how the other towns I've worked with,
That's
the
all
data
Say
system,
anything
so
wrong about
it's pretty
electrical
typical.
inspection?
Oh,
Well-
it is the responsibility of the applicant to notify before the components are buried concealed.
Are you asking about the
They wanna
rough-
make, well,
the rough
is
and
the
final?
homeowner the one that
Pays
is
the
gonna be
electrical
paid for
inspector.
these inspectors?
Yeah, so
not the
basically.
Now it is.
Town that, right,
Whether that is or not, that's a question. Good-
Yeah.
Good question.
And the way it was worded, where is that one thing there? Is it on this one?
They should be able to find it quick, that's the consolidate.
Yeah, right.
it's so
I know,
much
right?
easier, right?
There's something that says the rough and final. I can't remember that. Yeah, here it is. So basically, they're asking if a municipality accepts third-party inspections, indicate this and provide a list of approved inspectors. So the other towns have just included the approved list from, the electric co-op, which is a list of people and names, basically, for
That are
electrical
certified
inspectors.
electrical
Yeah,
inspectors.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So you can put in there if you wanna add the extra wording, just to make it clear that this is something
Which I
you wanna
think
pay
is
for.
not-
Electrical inspection is
Yeah.
done at the homeowner's expense.
Expense, yeah.
Exactly.
It doesn't say anything
Would
like
that
that.
be-
in there,
Yeah,
so.
that's,
Would that be good wording?
Your house inspection has to be, I pay for mine.
Yeah,
Yeah, so that's something you could very easily add. They don't,
because the permit process covers the lumber and, the inspection of the house, but not the electrical, the construction of the house,
Right.
but not the electrical
But
inspection.
you have to
still have to
provide
have
an
electric-
electrical certification before you get your stamp of approval.
Before you get a
Right,
CO.
that
you can't
comes
get
from
occupancy.
Right.
the electrical
Right.
inspector.
So we had an electrical inspection before you get the CO.
Yep, yep. So we add that to it
Yep.
somehow?
that's something you can add to it for sure.
Or
If
where
you
would we
wanna-
add that on
I
there
would
too?
say you'd probably wanna add it right after it says, it asks for if municipality accepts third-party inspectors, indicate this. So I would say, inspection requests received within business days, if next business day is available, inspection should happen within a 5-day window, and then maybe add another paragraph there that says, here's a list
At
of
the
approved
expense.
electrical inspectors.
Well, I don't
This
think-
well, it
Yeah.
just should be
I
certain,
don't
there's a
think we
lot
have
of
to have a
people from
list on them. That
downstate
should
that
be
bring
the homeowner.
Yeah.
their people up
Yeah,
from
so
there,
As long as they're
maybe
a
not
licensed
approved, but,
electrical inspector.
certified electrical inspector.
yeah,
Most of your
Maybe.
electricians are gonna know where their inspectors are.
Yeah.
Oh,
They
yeah.
do so many inspections.
Yeah.
yeah, so.
So it should be worded as
Certified.
electrical inspectors, cost of the homeowner.
That's a bummer.
Yes,
I'm a little confused for using the word homeowner. I thought all of this money was used by the town.
This is the
Town
This-
homeowner.
This is just to make a unified, if you wanna come look at it,
So-
I'll bring
Okay.
it.
this is.
To have the
so
permit,
for the
that's all it
community.
is.
Okay.
That's all that is, just a
Just to make,
unified.
oh, there,
I
she's
got a
got
few
pretty
others.
color copies.
Yeah, if you want, Do you wanna take a look, if anyone else wants one?
That's-
So it's
that's-
just making the
yeah.
permit,
She got it.
Money
This is
does
the
not go-
permit.
The town does not give any money to this process.
no. This is just when somebody wants to do a
Apply for
solar project,
system.
here's your permit. It's not, it's gonna be, I assume the state wants it to all be the same
Yeah,
eventually.
yeah, just to make it easy,
Well,
basically.
that doesn't make sense, the state want this, but.
Well, that won't work, but you know. So we're doing a fee of 105, is that
Yes.
what you're,
All right,
is that, oh, sorry.
I
Motion?
would motion
Does it
to
matter?
set the fee at 105.
I don't know if we didn't need that.
Would match up and they take care of the electrical inspections. It would be standard to any other permit that we have for the
Right.
building
Yeah.
codes that we have. It would be pretty standardized to that. So that's
As long as the inspector fees are covered. by the
covered, which is no
homeowners.
different than any of our other
Right.
Nothing,
building inspectors.
right.
I mean, the way it is, Mark was here tonight, but I think we can wing it, try to build enough stuff.
So you need a motion for the.
We'll have a motion to set the fee at $105.
No, so,
Plus they take care of the
Right, plus
electrical
they take care of
inspection.
the electrical inspection with that added to it.
Right,
so moved.
second.
We have a motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Carried. Sounds like it wouldn't be a good time to go outside anyway, it could be wet.
I know, right?
Not this year.
Not this year, no, we're used to it.
Stop so we can go home.
We've been lucky, hopefully don't get the 4-inch storms.
Is it raining?
It's raining.
I can't hear what
Is that
I.
right?
I think that's rain on the steel.
Oh, shit.
Electrical inspector at the homeowner's cost? Homeowner slash business owner?
Right, the right way, yes. By the applicants.
There you go.
There you go.
But you covered them both anyway.
I did, well, hopefully.
Now she's covered them with us. All right, through it.
Okay. Okay. This is a mess. Do you need this
Do
part
that.
tonight?
I do not, actually. If
Okay,
that's
so
something you
I
wanna-
can
you
make
can
it
update that,
pretty?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
please do. And I would say there's a few things you wanna like maybe look over too, say like, you wanna.
I already
change
did that.
And then there's a few other things.
Do we, this has a different phone number for Mark, so do we wanna do the 829, his number here, 5618?
Cell phone number and stuff.
Okay, okay, so I will change that. Okay, so yes. Anybody wanna look at this again? I mean, I'll make it all pretty, but. Of course, this part is not really,
The phone numbers.
well, it says inspection requests received within business hours are typically scheduled the next day. But that Mark is not gonna be doing
And, right,
until it's time for the
but this is what
CEO.
Hamden
Yeah,
signed.
this is what they signed, so,
Really?
yeah.
Typically see a
It's
that
something-
window of
Yeah,
variance.
Mhm.
it's something I would say
Right.
that, yeah, that's, and that's something you can always change with him too, cause that's
With
depending
private
on
phone numbers
his.
there also.
Yeah, I'll get all that, yeah, because there was a lot of my hours in here, so. Okay. So basically, you just need to know that we're gonna charge $105,
Mhm.
they need to pass the resolution.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Now, seeing the resolution, are we ready for the resolution now? Before, what, we gotta sign this first, or?
You don't have to sign that, no,
Okay,
no,
do the
you just-
resolution
just
first.
pass the resolution, to pass the
Okay,
solar
any more
permit.
questions, Don?
I don't know. No, I guess not, as long as there's no other contingencies on this town whatsoever.
Nope,
Right.
not at all, there's been lots and lots of towns that have gone through this and got the 2,500, so, we've seen it happen, and,
Yeah,
most
but
of
they
us
might
have
be
used.
foolish enough to sign on and let the state tell them what to do too.
Right, yeah. So there's that, there's that, so.
I'm not the donkey jumping for the carrot.
We have a motion for the resolution?
So that is,
More
that you're
discussion.
correct in saying that this is the only contingency that's binding on this town.
That's correct, yep, just passing this application, yep.
I'm okay with that.
Me too. So I make the motion to adopt the.
Permitting for the money allowed at $2,500. Seconded.
Any more discussion?
No.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Carried.
Yeah.
So that's it.
That's it?
Anybody wanna have copies of this, or of the resolution?
Make the
What we got? Extra copies.
to adjourn. If we're done.
Done, Tara?
Yep, that's it.
And we wanna get together on,
And do the application for the, yep, absolutely.
okay, okay, when would be good for you?
Whatever works for you, honestly, I can do tomorrow, I can do,
It sounds like rain tomorrow, probably a good day.
sounds like rain.
I think it is, or sounds, it may be to what, do anything anyway, but,
Adjourn, right?
Can I have a copy of the resolution?
yes, yeah.
You want me to write up 105 on that? No?
Are we adjourned?
We have to decide that.
Right,
Oh, thank you.
Take care, Donnie, have a good, stay dry.
Does this mean we're adjourned?
Thank you for
Yes.
Yeah, for adjourned.
Yeah, of course, thank you.
But you can